Greetings, fellow bridge lovers, and welcome back to It's Your Call. Today, I am joined by the lovely Olivia. Welcome!
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Olivia doesn't need much of an introduction. Most of you already probably know her. She is an outstanding bridge player. She's going to all of the big events, and she's competing very well. She took a gap year off before she went to college to play bridge, and she's been playing extremely well. She's currently on the USA 2 team. She just qualified for that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And she's also on this Team Funbridge group, which is kind of like top youth players from all over the world that get sponsored by Funbridge to go represent Funbridge in all of these outstanding events like Iceland and Argentina. And you were on, was it the Funbridge Argentinian team?
No, that was the U.S. women's team.
Oh, right. You were on the U.S. women's team. Wow. Huge.
Yeah, Funbridge has been super generous, and I went to Poland with them for the junior transnationals and France for the winter games. So that's definitely been a great opportunity.
And then she went and represented the United States in the women's competition that was held in Argentina. How was that experience?
That was, I have to say, it was just an incredible experience. My team, it was just such a fun team to be on, such great people, and just the chance to represent the U.S. in an adult competition was amazing. And then we were really happy at the end. So
yeah. So how did it, you guys?
So we got bronze, so that was really cool. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This just goes to show how much more, you still have so much more time in this game, and you're going to be one of the driving forces in terms of the future of bridge. I'm so excited to see what you do and all of that. So,
thank you guys for you.
Are you ready for a It's Your Call problem?
Yeah.
All right. So this is your hand. You are playing Imps, and this is a open teams event. The last day, Sunday, everyone's playing together. So it's you to open. The opponents are vulnerable. You are not. It's your call. How do you start out with this one? What are you thinking?
Okay. Yeah, obviously we have a nice little 5-5 here, 10 count. I don't really love our suits that much, hearts and diamonds, but definitely enough for a 1 heart bid.
Okay. So you decide to open 1 heart. When I picked up this hand, I was absolutely appalled. I'm like, why are 3 of my honors in my
yeah.
That is just rude for bridge to do. So your partner bids 1 spade, and it comes around to you.
I will give it 2 diamonds.
New suit, start describing your shape. And now your partner bids 2 spades.
Okay.
What do you do?
Yeah, so, partner knows that I have 9 cards in diamonds and hearts. And so that means that I'm not likely to have that many spades. So partner should definitely have 6 spades here, unless something strange is going on. I don't think that my hand is particularly special, so I'm just going to pass.
Wow, so disciplined. Yeah, I completely agree with this bid because we just don't see any future. Our suits are absolutely atrocious. There's no point in completely describing our 5-5. So there's one other thing I wanted to look at, because originally on this hand, what I decided to do, which may not have been the most intelligent thing, I really just despised this hand so much. I was cursing the bridge gods for giving me this atrocity. I just decided to pass, completely defying the rule of 20. What are your thoughts on the bid?
So, I mean, I understand your frustration. Obviously, you have more than half of your points are in spades, which is your short suit. That being said, I think there's a lot of competitive advantage to opening the bidding in first seat favorable. It's a really lucrative spot to open, especially one of a major, especially if you're going to open spades. Another thing about this hand is your texture. You have 9-8 of hearts. Obviously, it would be better to have 10-9 of hearts, but that could be a really useful holding. Same with the 10 of diamonds is a pretty good card. I'm not one of those oh, you have to open every hands people. I've a lot of hands that other people would open. I understand where you're from. I wouldn't do it, but I just think first seat favorable. The upside of opening is pretty significant.
And the upside is more just starting to get things off your chest, starting to just show your shape and be able to say, hey, I do have something that resembles an opening and I want to just start describing things, or
So one thing is non-competitive bidding. Like if the other side gets to bid where one player opens and then their partner raises, that makes their life a lot easier. So if you open the bidding in front of them, that's going to make their life more difficult in general. And when you're in first seat favorable, it's possible that they both have good hands because neither of them has passed yet. So you're getting in front of both of them. And the other key there is that you're favorable so that you're not as worried about having under tricks by getting a little too high. The other thing is this hand is potentially going to get a little bit uncomfortable. Say the bidding goes past 1 spade, past 3 spades. I would say that now you're not that happy having not been able to describe something about your hand. When you're favorable, there's not as much downside as vulnerable, for example. You have the value of your opponents being vulnerable, which makes getting in their way more lucrative. Heart score deal, you get to get your amount of hearts in the picture immediately. There's just a lot of upside, a lot of good that can happen.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of different things, but it definitely could be right to pass.
So let's say you did pass and the auction continues 1 spade from your partner.
Okay.
And now it's your turn. What would you do here?
Yeah, so this is a really uncomfortable position, I would say. You have ace queen of spades, and what that means is that you could definitely want to play spades here. Your hearts are pretty bad. If it goes a spade pass 2 hearts, I mean, it depends on your agreements for when partner is supposed to pass this, but you know, some people play a style where partner is supposed to pass a lot of the time with like 5 spades and like a singleton heart, for example. So I would say it does depend on your style here.
So what would your style be? What do you do?
It honestly really depends on the partner.
Gotcha.
So I would say there's a lot of partners where we're going to preempt very aggressively in first seat favorable. So I might just bite the bullet here and bid 2 hearts, expecting that partner is not going to pass that often. With a lot of partners, based on our preempting style first seat favorable, I am expecting partner to bid 2 spades.
Which they will.
With a lot of frequency here. Just because I feel like my hand is so good and I really just don't want to miss the 5-3 heart bit here. Yeah. Other option, of course, be bidding 1 no, which is not unreasonable. Now if partner bids 2 clubs, for example, I can bid 2 no. And now over 2 no, partner with 3 card heart support could bid 3 hearts. Understanding that I might have 5 hearts here. So I mean, potentially that is a better option. I don't know.
Yeah, and partner just decides to shape out ideally. Okay, gotcha.
I think 1 no trump, actually. I think I prefer trump.
Okay, you like the 1 no trump? We'll go with the 1 no trump. Your partner then decides to bid 2 spades.
Okay, so for me here, some of my partners like to preempt with a pretty wide range in third seat. That means that if partner has an 11 count with 6 spades, third seat favorable in particular, partner is going to open 2 spades. And reasoning for that is actually here, this exact auction. They want me to know that when they open a spade, it goes past 1 no, past 2 spades. They want me to know that they have like a good 12 or 13 to 15 points. When they have the 11 count and they rebid 2 spades here, they don't want to be raised.
I see.
Right? So they put that hand into the 2 spade opening. Now, this is not something that everyone prescribes to,
right.
But at least with those partners, I would get very, very excited here. Yeah, I mean, ace queen of spades is great. The jack of clubs gives us potential. We do have potentially a slight problem where we don't have entries to the heart suit, but for me, I think here with my partners where 2 spades would be like a little stronger, I would probably just bid 4 spades.
Yeah, and that is a very well thought out style. I like that. I like that a lot. So with that style, your partner probably should have opened 2 spades as it is. Well, 4 spades is pretty atrocious as is. So if partner had bid 2 spades, you probably...
I would just pass.
Yeah, we would just pass and we would end up where we're supposed to be.
If I don't have that understanding that my partner is going to be consistently opening these 11 counts, even these 12 counts into 2 spades, then I would give it 3 spades. But for me, I mean, I would have opened this hand. I don't know. I would definitely invite after a spade and no trump two spades. And I don't know if three spades is too high on this hand. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but yeah.
Yeah, it does end up being too high. It's actually a pretty uncomfortable hand. Your partner holds king sixth of spades, ace doubleton of hearts, two diamonds, and ace third of clubs. So definitely a hand that they should be opening two spades with the style that you prescribed, and possibly even without the style that you prescribed. I mean, lots of people are like, you should open light in third seat, and I think that since it was an 11 count and it was six spades, why not just open one spade, as opposed to when you don't have those agreements? I mean, this was with like a first-time partnership.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's not, there are definitely downsides to the style that I mentioned. For example, that's a hand with a lot of defense, where if it goes pass, two spades, pass, four spades, and partner is just trying to preempt the auction, maybe they have something here. I would be very unhappy
Right.
with it. I mean, I wouldn't be that unhappy because maybe we're going to make four spades sometimes. Yeah, like it could be a hand where now you've just gotten yourself too high for no good reason, where when North hand has a lot of potential defense with the aces and the opponents aren't really making anything. That being said, a hand like this where it's just our hand after a spade pass, a no trump pass two spades, it definitely does bring the like constructive advantage on the one spade opening.
And yeah, okay. So that was this hand. Thank you for all of your really insightful thoughts on why we can consider opening one heart here, and that really impressive style where you're able to distinguish between these hands that are like good suits and you want to like continue with the auction, and then the two spades is kind of just like, I just want to be like, stop. So being able to distinguish between the two is just, I'm sure, is extremely useful.
Yeah, I mean, there's no right answer. There's no 100% winning style, but I think the beauty of bridge is that there's so many like complexities and layers to these hands and the ways to think about them.
So I have another problem for you if you would like to give it a shot. It's from the same game, and I want to hear your thought process on this one as well. So you're vulnerable, they're not. Imps again, open teams. Your partner starts with a one heart opening. It is your bid, playing 2/1.
Okay, so in my partnerships, I would bid two clubs here, not two diamonds. We have the two diamond bid be more pure, where it's going to be a 5-card suit.
Gotcha. So the two clubs is more like 3+?
Potentially two. I mean, over a heart, it's not common for it to be two, but there's been hands where I have a really bad 5-card diamond suit, for example, and I give it the two clubs instead of the two.
When I bid two diamonds, I've got diamonds. Gosh darn it.
I don't know. Sometimes you have like jack fit the diamonds, and I don't know, but it's not something everyone does. That's just, yeah.
So it goes two spades from partner, and now it's your call.
So I'll start by giving it three hearts.
Okay.
Just wanting hearts off my chest.
Yep. And playing a non-serious 3-no trump. Your partner bids, at least in the terms that I know it, non-serious 3-no. So basically, if three hearts is showing slam interest, it's not like fast arrival for 2/1. What we're doing here is basically, if we start control bidding and we just start bidding our controls, we have a serious slam try where we have a lot of hope for slam and we're going to be pushing forward. Whereas if we bid 3-no trump, this is not necessarily a huge interest in slam. It's kind of just saying, I've got controls here, and if you want to look further, we can start getting those off our chest. But if you're not interested in slam, we can just go to 4 hearts. And this is, the 3-no trump is not natural. People have just said like, okay, this can be used for slam auctions more than just being like, I just want to play in 3-no trump even though we have a heart fit. Most of the time, if you're playing this, you're just like, well, we found the heart fit. We're going to stick with hearts. No point in stopping in 3-no. The slam exploration is more important. So giving that context after 3-no, what would you do, Olivia?
Yeah, so this hand is now looking really, really good. I'll give, just to clarify a little bit on like Kai's commentary on the non-serious 3-no, one hand that partner could have here is partner could have, say, something like 4 small spades, king, queen, 5th in hearts, and then ace and 1 in the minors. Now, this is just me being like pretty hopeful here. That would be a really great hand for partner to have. But Kai, just to ask quickly, some people play that bidding a non-serious 3-no trump here would deny a spade control, where 3 spades would say I have a control in spades, and 3 spades being wide-ranging, not serious or not non-serious yet. We haven't clarified our range yet. So in this partnership, do you know if we have that style?
Yeah, I generally play that style, but we didn't really discuss it. So when I was bidding here, I was just kind of open to everything, just in case.
Okay.
Which makes things a little bit more difficult, but
Yeah, so now let's start thinking about hands that partner could have.
Mhm.
Let's try with and without a spade control. Just one thing is a lot of people play that any hand with 2 key cards and the queen is worth a non-serious bid. That's something I've heard. So let's give partner a few with 2 key cards in the queen of trump hand, king queen of hearts, and the ace of clubs third, for example. So let's give queen jack fourth of spades, king queen fifth of hearts, a stiff diamond, and ace third of clubs. How are we looking for slam here? It does feel like, say they lead a spade, we need the king of spades to be on side here. It might be difficult for them to find the spade lead, given the 2 spade bid from north. But that time, it does feel like we're going to make this when the king of spades is on side and go down when the king of spades is not. If they don't lead a spade, let's say they lead the ace of diamonds. If they lead the ace of diamonds and they see this dummy, I think they're going to shift to a spade. I think that now we're actually in pretty reasonable shape here. We're going to have a difficult hand to play, but let's say theoretically we flew up with the ace of spades, we drew trump, we played a club to dummy, we cashed some diamonds, the jack of diamonds could fall, and that would give us our 3rd spade pitch. If we play a club to north and we start running things, and we have a lot of squeeze possibilities now. So I would say this slam should be above 50%, because if they don't lead a spade, we have a lot of chances here. So that's a good slam. Let's just continue down on this path. Of course, partner doesn't have to specifically have 2 key cards and the queen, but let's give partner a hand where we're really not doing so hot with the spade suit. So that with 2 key cards and the queen. Let's give partner jack fourth of spades, king queen fifth in hearts, ace doubleton in diamonds, and jack 10 doubleton in clubs. This hand is it's a pretty bad hand, actually. I don't know that partner would open this hand. Let's actually take this hand back.
yeah,
I don't think partner would
open that.
Yeah. No, so when you're constructing hands, there's definitely going to be some hands where you're like, I take it back.
They would not do that.
Yeah, I mean, kind of with that, it does feel pretty likely that partner has at least the queen of spades here, unless they have like both minor suit aces. If partner has both minor suit aces, the king of hearts with no queen, that brings us to like 11, and like the jack somewhere. Does feel like we have okay chances. First of all, one thing when you're constructing these hands is they're not always going to lead a spade. I would say from our brief constructions there, it's looking pretty okay. I guess I would just bid 4 clubs, I guess.
4 clubs, and this is just a control.
Yeah.
For 2nd round, and after this, your partner bids for diamonds, I guess.
A good thing to know with your partners for the viewers is your partner's 4 diamond bid here guaranteeing a diamond control, or is this just last train? Some people have like some sort of exceptions when, partner has already kind of shown their range with a non-serious bid. That being said, not all non-serious bids are created equal.
Right.
I'm just going to slam here. I would just bid key card.
Okay. So we do the key card, which is the 4-no. I'm not going to throw in kickback 2. And your partner shows 5 clubs, 14-30.
Okay. So that's 1 or 4. I'm done here.
You're done.
Oh wait, no, I'm done. I meant I bid 5 hearts.
Oh yeah, no.
No, I knew it.
Yeah, I'm not. No,
Actually,
you have to pass. That's what I'm done mean.
this is actually something I've seen happen a lot, where it goes 1 spade opening past 4 club splinter, and now the 1 spade opener starts thinking, oh, do I want to bid on, or do I want to sign off? And I've definitely seen it at least 3 times in my life, probably, I would guess. Probably most of those times have been with my father. Where it's either me or him doing this. It's genetic. You're thinking and you decide, oh, I'm going to sign off. So what you do is you pass.
Right.
And now you play in the 3-1 fit when you're cold for 4 spades.
I've done that before, sir. And sign off means pass, right? Sign off means pass,
Yeah.
right?
It's definitely a very it's a very sickening thing. Like your pass touches the table, and then every time it's right after the person's pass touches the table, they realize, and it's just your heart sinks.
You know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, bridge is a funny game. Hey, no trouble, right? No, I'm kidding. In this, very much trouble. So how do we do here, Kai?
Your partner holds king, queen, fourth of spades, queen, 10, 9, sixth of hearts, ace, doubleton, diamond, and a singleton club. So at this point, I really, for some reason, I really didn't want to give up.
Okay, Kai. But being said, what if your partner had like king, queen, fourth, king, queen, six, stiff too small,
Yeah,
and you're just missing both of them?
just both minor suit aces.
But I get it because you could be in slam on a finesse.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I get it.
I don't know. I just thought about it like in terms of like the high card points where I was like, I have 19 and partner has like 12, 31. I guess they could have two aces. I also didn't want to like, because this was a first time partnership and we had really not discussed like what our extras bids were.
Yeah.
When they bid two spades or they bid non-serious, I was kind of like, well, they probably have a little bit more. I don't know. I just kept edging up to the point where I was like, we've got 33 points between us, right? That we can't be off two aces.
I will say, I'm not saying that I agree with your, but that being said, it does feel like maybe, partner could be missing some jacks here. Like partner's probably short in one of the minors. So, that's one more point with the opponents. And now we're getting closer to a range where, if we give partner like 12 highs, we have 19 and partner doesn't have two jacks, right? That's the opponents can't have two aces there. So
I had a dream.
You had a dream. You did have a dream.
So I did bid six hearts and we lost the ace of clubs and the heart finesse was off. So big oof. But
that happens.
I just was like, slam off two key cards. Let's go.
Let's say you need a swing, maybe to be right. But also the tilt value. I think most people, if this happened against them and they found out, okay, we're missing two key cards and the opponent like, let's bid slam. Like, I don't even need the queen of trumps. Like, let's just bid slam, I do think the tilt value is real. Like, it's hard for a lot of people to just move on and have a clear head going into the next board. And I think that some people would get, like, frustrated. If it's, like, an important match and this happened, like, they might just mess up the next board because they're mad.
They're mad because you bid slam off of two key cards and it happened to work.
I do think a lot of the time that partner is going to have a minor suit ace here, and then you're going to be on a finesse. But in general, I try not to bid slams where the upside is slam on a finesse. I try to have it be the slam on a finesse, ideally. But yeah, when the upside is a 50% slam and the downside is a, I don't know.
Just impossible slam. So,
yeah, but that it could have worked. It definitely could have.
It almost worked. So close. Like, if they did a diamond. If they would have just let a diamond instead, That
is a good point. That it's if I did, that's true. I guess the upside is actually probably a little more than 50%. You're right here because they're not always going to find the lead, and it's a good point that you might have enough pitches.
Right, and you're not completely certain because partner could still have a 5-4 distribution, so you might not have enough pitches, especially like if partner's extra honors are in spades and you just can't pitch away all of your clubs. Like that's just impossible.
Yeah.
Pitch away all your diamonds or whatever. It was ambitious. Yeah. You did the reasonable thing.
I like the spirit.
I'm trying to get more spirit, okay? So this was one of the most.
You're the diamond guy next time.
Next time.
Or maybe this could happen. Maybe they lead one of their aces, right?
Right.
And let's say you're missing two aces and they lead one of them. The aces are split, right? And they're just sitting there and they're like, oh, well, the opponent's key carded to slam. They don't even think about it. They're like, oh, they're not off two aces. And maybe they just forget to try to reach partner's other ace.
The tilt value would be so real after the hand when that trusted us too much.
Yeah. It definitely could have worked. I don't know if I would go as far as to say unlucky, but it could have worked.
No. This was just a pure chance, and it just did not happen. Boo-hoo, so sad. You knew this could happen, and you did it anyway. You take it.
Okay, like sometimes, you just want to roll the dice. You want to have fun playing bridge. Like, I get it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Both times you reached the optimal contract. In reality, you reached two spades, and the first one, you reached 5 hearts. On this one, there are some edge cases for 6 hearts. But yeah, It was fun. Thank you for being here on It's Your Call. It has been an absolute wonder having you.
Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
Okay, good.
I hope my rambling makes sense.
I mean, I might have to put some diagrams up and all of that, but
Maybe subtitle. No, I'm kidding.
so I think that's it, everyone. Now it is time to ask you guys, what would you do? How would you handle that first hand? It's the rule of 20. You just open, or you kind of just look at your hand and just be like, pass. On the second one, how would you bid this hand? With the north hand, would you do the same thing? Would you bid 2 spades, or would you bid 2 hearts with your 6-card suit? With our hand, how do you continue the auction? How do you play your slam tries in 2/1? And would you get to 5 hearts, or would you go for the YOLO off 2 key cards, 6 hearts? Lots and lots of questions. Let us know all of your thoughts down in the comments. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, because we are trying to spread bridge. So would really appreciate the numbers.
Yeah. Thank you, Kai. I appreciate all the work you're doing to try to spread bridge.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, we'll see you later, Olivia. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Toodaloo.